except for the song just stopped playing. You may want to
Could be anything.
Ready to do this, Joe?
Yep.
That's graceful, shutting down the music, isn't it? Just bam, turn it off. Okay, I think people can still hear us. Hey, anybody out there on the live stream?
Nope.
If you're listening, if you're watching, we're looking for some questions to answer tonight. So we are going to solicit. There we go, Ted, looking for tips on quieting disc brakes. I believe oiling them is a good idea.
Crisco.
Yeah. Thank you, Ted. We
Smells good too when they're
we
heating
haven't
up.
started the show yet, so that's not a serious answer. But
I
appreciate
was
that,
serious.
Philly Ted. That's Philly Ted. Let's see if we got anybody else. WD-40 says Ted. Good job.
No, that was a bad answer.
What, WD-40?
Yeah.
WD-40 fixes everything.
Not like Crisco does.
Crisco's a weird one. If there's anybody else out there, we are looking for questions to answer, but that is a good one, and we will get to that here in just a little bit. Joey, tell me when you're ready, and I'm going to hit the
I've been
actual
ready.
magic button to start recording the actual podcast.
Nice logo you put up there.
I know, isn't that nice? You'll be able to get it down later.
Oh, okay.
It'll actually...
As long as it's not permanent.
You can just scrub it off, and it goes away, so no
I
worries.
think I have to look at it like it's right here.
No, it's not floating. It's just right here.
Yeah.
It's actually on the window. I like it. Okie dokie. I'm going to hit the button and record. Israel, what tires do you recommend for the quick and the dead gravel ride? Good question. So we're going to get to that too. Nice. This is awesome, being able to solicit questions from our viewers live. Awesome. Good job, guys. Thank you so very much. Joey, I'm going to hit the button to record.
Should I shave my mustache?
Joey shaved. Everybody notice that?
One accident.
I know that's why you did it. Get my phone out of the way. Okay, I'm going to try to monitor the live feed while I'm looking at my show notes and doing all of this stuff at the same time. Hey, can you monitor the live feed?
I'm on. There's 4 watching.
No, you're not in the studio, so you can't. You would have to log into.
No, but I can see it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but you may not see the anyway. Whatever, doesn't matter.
I see
We're
them.
gonna do it. Okay, I'm hitting record, Joey. We're on. Welcome, everybody, to episode 89 of Mid-Atlantic Gravel, Travel, and Dirt. I'm one of your hosts, Brian.
I'm one of your hosts, Joey.
Joey with the beardless. You kind of got a beard. It's got the scruff. You want to tell everybody before? I mean, because I know that everybody's going to know exactly what happened. Do you want to tell them exactly what happened?
After like 7-8 years, I don't know, I had the same beard trimmer, and it finally was kicking the bucket. And the way I interpreted the beard guard, because I just wanted to trim a little bit. Like, I'm all about having a beard, but sometimes you just look like a...
Yeah, hobo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then it's kind of, I don't know. It gets a little weird. It gets curly down here, so I just wanted to trim it up. And so I got the guard, but I had it on the way my other one worked. Like, as far as like having the razor feels backwards in your hand as the thing.
Mm-hmm.
And I had it what I thought was the right way. And then so the guard wasn't working, and I basically just went up my sideburn and I just stared at myself for a second. I'm like, well, there's that.
I do think it's a good idea to keep it neat and tidy.
Oh, it's neat and tidy. It is.
It's
There's
I
nothing
mean,
there now.
no. I mean, your instincts are right to use the trimmer to kind of make yourself look neat and well groomed. Crisp is what you want to do.
I mean, that's probably the best time to not look well groomed. But when it gets like scraggly and then like because it just feels weird.
The
and
problems,
it's annoying.
the beard problems.
Yeah.
I've never had a beard. I can't grow a beard.
You
We've talked
could.
about that, but no, I couldn't. It comes in all patchy and goofy.
You got to get through the first part of it.
I couldn't.
I
do
kept
it.
the
I don't wanna
mustache
do it
though. I
either.
love the mustache.
Yeah, it looks
I
good.
love
You should have just kept the mustache like Wes did that time. Actually, I think you could pull it off. Wes looked like some sort of.
The only time I pulled off a mustache was Dirty Kansas. A week before I had the gravel beard and similar thing.
Mm-hmm.
Screwed it up. So all my pictures I have a mustache, but it just looks like I got dirt on my lip. There's only a week I kept the mustache. I shaved it off and started from scratch.
You should do the big handlebar mustache.
No,
That's a lot
it
of work.
looks good on the
isn't it?
right. People like Pete pulls it off.
Yeah, Pete can pull it off.
I don't know if he can now. He's a dad. He's got to like do the dad thing.
Well, the kid could reach up and grab a hold of that thing, and that would hurt. So, come along, everybody, and spend the next hour or so with us talking about gravel bikes, adventure biking, bike packing, Joey's facial hair, bike camping. We're going to talk a little bit about bike camping here in just a little bit.
Hopefully.
Or just all around playing bikes. Before we get too far, though, Joey, any Patreon or PayPal news to report?
The Don did not donate any of his money. You know, we've been on a 6-month pandemic and we've only got like $1,200.
Yeah.
Like everyone, we should have gotten all that money for GTD.
Yeah, I know. Why couldn't we have GTD have filed for something?
Oh, yeah.
We should have gotten the PPP money. That would have been smart.
I take PPP like 4 times a day. We did have Howard from Potomac, Maryland buy a T-shirt. I know that's the next section, but I just rolled right into that.
Yeah, thank you, Howard.
I might butcher. I'm having a total brain fart because I know Howard emailed me last week. I had a couple of questions. Then he wrote back. I actually had to write him back because I got lost. And then he bought a T-shirt and he was asking me about podcast stuff. Said he lives about almost 2 hours away. Potomac, Maryland, I feel like it takes forever to get there.
Yeah.
So did have a new friend supporter.
Okay.
So a guy named Josh came in. Actually, Josh bought a. I put all the pieces together.
Oh, the
Josh,
journeyman. The journeyman.
How'd you know?
I met him out the other day. I was on a ride.
Oh,
I was wearing my GTD kit,
and then he came up. So
he flagged me down.
Josh
on the road.
and Pat went to high school together. From Pat from Lulaca Hundo.
Yeah.
And then I guess Josh called Pat before he bought the bike, and then Pat was like, "Oh, are you buying it from Pat?" And it's just it's a small world. I didn't know Josh before, and then Josh came in for some spacers the other day, setting up his Diamondback, and I was like, "Oh man, you're like local down here. We got a ride soon." And it
was funny. I was going by the Weiss. I come through that little section of Lusby just past the Salsas before I get to the Weiss, and here's this dude like all kitted, on this like beautiful purple journeyman.
It's a good looking bike.
It's a sharp looking bike. I like that color combo, the purple and the red. And he's like waving at me frantically,
Do you have the GTD jersey on?
Yeah, I had my whole GTD kit on, had my money, hand up
poser.
socks, and I was all all ready to go. And he like waved me down. Oh, you should got yours on today.
I realize I wear these like every Tuesday.
Here.
I don't know
That's
why.
right. You do. You always wear them on podcast
And I
day.
don't do it on purpose.
When I start wearing socks again, I'll wear them on Tuesdays.
I'm actually wearing like real shoes to work now.
No.
You know what difference that makes?
Yeah.
Instead of wearing like Vans.
My daughter sent me this like little Facebook meme the other day, and it says like something about you buy Crocs and you think you're just going to be comfortable to wear around the house, and then all of a sudden you're wearing them everywhere you
They're
go.
disgusting.
They're just so easy on the boat, man. It's just getting in and out of the boat. They're so
have you put on like
easy.
real tennis shoes lately?
No, I haven't put on. I haven't put on real shoes or.
Oh man, I got a pair of Brooks. I started wearing real shoes to PT that I bought like 3 years ago with Jess. I paid like a ridiculous amount of money and got fitted for them.
Mm-hmm.
Never wore them. I wore them once for the marathon when I walked a half a marathon. And I had started wearing them like 3 weeks ago, and I started wearing them to work, and they're comfy. Mm-hmm. And then I got like an all black pair so they get dirty. Man, it's like heaven.
I don't like wearing real shoes in the summer.
It's better than I need closed-toed.
Yeah,
I'm a fan of closed-toed shoes at a bike shop.
At work. I get it.
And
I do occasionally put on my Keens when I'm going out delivering magazines. But I guess those aren't really real shoes either.
I don't want to live the shoeless life.
I don't know. I don't have any shoes on right now. Thank you, Howard, for buying a T-shirt. For some reason, I did not see that come through. So I'm glad, Joey. I'm glad you were on top of that.
You realize we talked about not having stuff to talk about, and look, we've already ranted on random stuff. For like 60 minutes.
What are we drinking? What do you got like a beer thing and a non-beer thing?
I got turned off from the beer about halfway through the beer when I was on. It sounded good when I got home, but I wasn't craving it anymore. I got the Tropicana Citrus IPA.
Well, it's weird because, you texted me earlier, and you were like, oh, the weather's beautiful. It's a hot dog grill night.
Oh, yeah.
So I came over a little bit early. We were sitting out on the deck, and it seems like it would be the perfect night for beer.
Yeah. I was craving water and seltzer.
So, and then you were like, oh, I'm just not feeling this. So maybe it's a little heavy. Maybe you need to go a little lighter.
It's an IPA.
Yeah.
It's not like I had a stout this week. First stout of the season.
I saw that. You sent the picture. I said fair because it's I sent you back a note. I said that's fair.
Well,
because
people wore jackets outside today.
Yep.
It's 59 degrees.
I woke up this morning. I checked my phone. It says 58 degrees outside. Yeah. I was like, "What is winter come already?"
Yeah, my whistles were nippling.
It's Maryland. You go straight from like 90 degrees to 50 degrees. There's no actual break in that weather. It's like decent.
Say actually, this is from Dennis, and Dennis got me Purple Monkey dishwasher.
Mm-hmm.
That was that peanut butter. No, it was actually a porter, I think. It was a dark beer.
I got to give Dennis a shout. I saw him the other day on my ride.
Was he riding?
No, he was out walking a little tiny little toy dog. He's got his little tiny teeny toy dog.
Yeah, big tall man, little dog.
I was like, can you see that dog from up there, Dennis?
Give me a roar. He's going to listen to this.
I'll give a shout out though. Yeah. So that was good to see Dennis.
What are you drinking, Ryan?
Joey has this weird habit, and I called him out on it tonight.
You didn't ask for a particular.
So I say I want a seltzer water. Every time I come over and I ask Joey to get me a seltzer water, I get the worst flavor seltzer water in the history of flavor seltzer water, the ruby red grapefruit.
You didn't ask. If someone asked me, I give them the ones I hate.
So I asked Joey. I said, do you give me this because you don't like it? And you're an honest guy. You just said, yeah, exactly. Yeah. I give that to you because you didn't ask me for a flavor, and that's just the one I don't like. So you get it. I can respect that. I can live with that. I'm drinking it, the Polar, great ruby red grapefruit seltzer.
Is it good?
Not really.
I won't drink it.
Not really. It's kind of got a funny taste to it.
Oh, man, my belly poked out.
It tastes like
on live stream.
On the live stream, your belly poked out?
No, I lifted my, yeah.
Oh, I didn't see that.
Yeah, we're probably going to get flagged for nudity.
Israel gave, so earlier
we got some more questions.
Yeah, we got some questions on the live stream. Oh, there's your belly. I just saw it.
So did the lady at PT today when she didn't expect me to go shirtless.
You need to tell that story because that was pretty funny. I was for folks that are just listening on the podcast, we started earlier with the live stream. We're having a good time with the live stream. It seems to be really working well. And we were kind of looking we didn't get any questions this week, so we were looking for some comments and something to talk about. And so I threw it out there in the pre-show, and we got a couple of great questions from Philly Ted and Israel sent us some questions that we're going to address a little bit later here. And what, are you having another one just to rub it in that you've given me?
No, I was thirsty. I told you.
What flavor do you have now?
Cranberry lime.
Oh, I don't like that either. So, okay. So we got questions from our live stream listeners that we're going to address a little bit later. So the drinking thing's not a whole lot of fun tonight. I think we drank a lot more alcohol when Wes was around.
Yeah, I think I'm still catching up for my time outside the last few days. I spent a lot of time outside, and I was dehydrated yesterday.
Yeah. Could you imagine, though, if Wes was here on the live stream? He'd be sitting right in the middle, and he'd be standing at the kitchen. Can you imagine what that would be like? God. I'm not actually sure we could do it. I think
we would probably get kicked off YouTube.
We'd get kicked off YouTube, and like Wes's picture would be up in the post office.
Not allowed in your schools.
So you want me to kick off with my catch up for the week?
Yeah, sure.
I'm in a gravel slump, dude.
I'm in a slump.
I know it, and maybe that's a part of it because we do this stuff together, and since you're kind of down and out for the count with all of your therapy stuff.
I got big news. I got to tell Jess too.
Well, you could tell us about.
I'll tell you on my side. Sorry.
So I'm a little bummed about that. I've been riding the Roubaix a lot. A lot, and I need to get my Diverge down to you because I need to demothball it and get back out on it. I probably need to charge my GRX. My Di2 is probably like dead, and I don't know. It's hard to find gravel here, and then when you don't have somebody that you can gravel up with, it kind of, I don't know. And speaking of Josh, when I met him the other day, he was asking about trails for dirt trails, and I was telling him about Dahlgren.
Oh, I kind of want to ride that.
I do too. He said he was going to go over there last weekend, and he didn't. Said he had some stuff going on because he messaged me on Facebook, and so now he said he's going over this weekend.
Oh, okay.
So maybe we should. You can't do it yet, though, can you? You're not.
I won't last. I mean, I was struggling with 2-pound ankle weights today.
What if we did just to have something to do and have some fun? We went over there and did like 10 miles on it or something.
Oh, I could last that.
Let's do that.
Yeah, but then I can't go on my kayak.
I know. Well,
No, I'm just kidding.
No, you know what I mean.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just feel like
Could Josh be our new Wes?
Oh, maybe. I don't know. He's a nice guy.
Yeah, he's cool.
He's a cool guy. So.
Oh, he's smarter, better looking.
But I know that you and I know this is exciting. We've been talking. We both put it in both of our notes. Did you see it in my section on the notes in the show notes, and then you added it into yours, or did we both just actually do the same thing in our show notes? Do you see the same thing?
Well, I just have it. Don't you hate when an employee says, "Hey, do you need me this Sunday, or do you mind if I just take off?"
Are you actually
man, I don't even
doing
get take off.
employee working
Sorry,
during the?
My messages come up on my. What were you saying?
So I had the same thing in my section of the show notes as you have in your section of the show notes. Did you see that and put that in? Or
I copied you because
you
I thought it would be funny.
Okay, I didn't.
But we talked about it.
I didn't know whether you put it in. Let's actually skip that for now, and let's talk about that together. And then you go ahead and go and give us. I want to hear the PT story because that's freaking hilarious.
You go.
No, I'm done.
That was it?
Yeah, that's it. That's all I got. Well, I've been riding my Roubaix a lot, so I can talk a little bit about that. I've been upping my speed game. Mm-hmm. I've been pushing a little harder, pushing the watts a little higher. And today I did the first time I've done this in a long, long time. I did a 20 at 20. I did 23 miles at average, just a little over 20 miles an hour. And, it's just I didn't do any of my little out and backs. I didn't do any of I took out a lot of the turns, stayed on 4 and just rolled it. And
you just going for them numbers.
Yeah, it was just a numbers game. I just wanted to push really hard. But I did have my average power was up at around 260 watts. And the normalized power was a little over, I think, 280 watts. And it was just over an hour. So, it was right at my FTP. It felt about right.
I forgot you have a power meter.
It felt about right. My FTP last time when I got off Zwift was right around 280. So it felt like about right. It felt like a good hard push on a trainer. I had a little bit of wind going down, but that doesn't really, because you're doing north-south. If you get a south wind, going one way or the other, then you got to fight it coming back.
Go. I'd rather work going into it and fly coming home.
It was the other way around.
Yeah, that's
the other way around. Except for when you're doing it the other way around, you get the average really high. And when I reached the island at mile 10, my average, I was sitting like at 22 plus, 22 whatever.
Jeez.
And then I got behind a truck on the island who was like, all over the place. And finally, I did the thing you're probably not supposed to do. I passed him. I was like, I can't take it anymore.
You went around him?
Yeah.
Allison Teacher just started a live video. Should we comment on our live video?
Yeah, go ahead. Comment on it. Tell her we're live, too. We should be live together. That'd be awesome. Tell her GTD is live on YouTube. Come join us.
Oh. We have a couple...
we got questions.
Pete asked us, can I fill this in real quick?
Yeah.
Favorite hot dog condiments? It's a hot dog.
Favorite hot dog condiments? Yeah. We can put that in. Hot dog condiments.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
We'll talk about that when we have the thing that we'll have joint conversation on that. Okay. So that's me. I've been on the hard top a lot, in a gravel slump, need to break it, need to do something to shake things up in that front. I got to get back in the dirt some way, shape, or form. I've been pushing my average up, like I said, but and it feels good. I've been pushing really hard on the bike, and that kind of does feel good every once in a while. So why don't you tell us what happened at PT today?
Maybe she's not live anymore. I don't know how this works.
We're live.
No, her. What's PT today? Well, I think yesterday I forgot to tell everyone I found out I have arthritis in my knee.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Me neither.
You didn't tell me that.
I forgot. I just told Jess.
Oh, jeez.
Via text, and she's upstairs. I keep forgetting to tell people that. Oh yeah, so I do my normal PT. I do all my workout stuff.
Come back to the arthritis.
Yeah.
Is that something that?
Oh, it's not bad.
Okay.
Basically, I have extra calcium and bone and stuff in my knee. I don't know.
Okay, so it's not the degradation of the.
No.
It's actually like a bone spur or something that's.
Something like that.
Okay. Not that it makes any difference, but.
No. And I'm fine, and I'll deal with it. So I do my normal PT stuff. I go every day at 7 a.m., do my workout for like 45 minutes, which actually feels good. I need to do a little bit more at home, too. I'm saying a lot of ums.
It's okay.
Yeah, get my ass kicked because it hurts, and they have me do all kinds of stuff. They upped all my weights, my bands. I'm usually sweating and gross. And then, which doesn't make sense because at the end they do like this massage thing.
Mm-hmm.
And
what's going on with you over there?
I don't know. I'm trying to think. I'm drunk off seltzer. So I do this electrotherapy thing now, and usually they used to use these little pads that had electrodes or whatever, and I forgot what they call it now. Like it's just stuff where, I know when this lady Miss Lynn, I love Miss Lynn, she does it. I take my shirt off, I lay on the table. She puts like this connection pad electrode thing underneath me, and then on top I get like ultrasonic gel. And there's just one thing that basically, wherever it goes, like I lose all muscle control, spads out.
Oh, jeez.
And it breaks up everything, and it hurts, but it feels like, the hurt, feel good kind of thing. It's working, and she knows like how much to do it, which helps a lot. So I was with Miss Amy today or whatever, and I get in there, and I did my ankle thing, so I was like, oh, now I know what's next. So I take off my shirt, and I'm laying there, and it wasn't time for. She does start a massage thing, and she starts going through. I was like, this is kind of awkward. And she's like, what do you mean? I was like, well, I thought I was taking my shirt off for the ultrasonic gel. She's like, no. And I was like, well, this is embarrassing. And like the curtain wasn't closed, so like I'm in the room, but the room is like one of those open room, like the whole PT area is right out there, and there's a bunch of people working out, and I'm just laying there without a shirt on, just chilling.
This is the second time I've heard this story, and it's just as funny.
And because she wasn't even in the room at first, so I just like, all right, here it goes. I'm gonna get ready, lay down. It was like 15 minutes before I needed to take my actual shirt off. And I was like, all right.
It's like that.
So,
it's like the awkward thing with it's like straight out of like a rom-com movie where the guy's like, and he's like takes his clothes off. He's like, no, you don't need to do that.
Yeah, that was me today. But she said it was fine. She said it was a lot easier to do the.
She was just trying to make you feel better.
Yeah. I offered her a couple kayak rentals.
You didn't try to tip her, did you?
No. She. It was funny. I was like, so you want to take your son kayaking? I'll comp you some rentals. Make it awkward.
Oh, God, Joey, that's funny. That is just...
I did tell you, because she said it is much easier to do the back massage thing part where she's finding like my tent spots. But I was kind of sweaty, which is gross. And I told you she had... the thing I thought of the whole time, remember when Wes was on the canal with us and he was talking about the deep tissue massage he got?
Oh, yes.
Like, pow! Yeah. And whatever Wes does. And I was just thinking about that when she had her elbow digging into me, and I had tears in my eyes. But man,
that's in the video that we did on the canal.
Yeah, I love that part.
Yeah, he's like jumping up around. Cacao.
Yeah.
I miss Wes.
I just thought about Wes the whole time she did that.
I miss Wes every once in a while. Oh well. It happens. So, but you haven't been on your bike, but things are going well with the bike shop.
Going well. I just need to. I'm just kind of worn out. So now I can ride, but I'm pooped.
Are you cleared? You're cleared to ride.
I'm cleared to ride. I should probably get my bikes ready. I need to put my Pathfinders on my Sequoia, and I'm just going to start riding that.
What is our do we have an unpaved plan?
I don't know. I'm supposed to go to Wilmington the weekend after too, so I'm trying to swing all this stuff.
Well, you got lots of time to take off.
Yeah, I'm actually trying to do like a staycation. Oh yeah, the bike industry shuts down in October.
So it's all quiet. So the thing that we both have in our show notes that I think leads into this.
Yeah.
We really want to do a canal overnight.
Yeah, I texted you about that the other night. I was like, that's some motivation.
Yeah, and I was like, yes,
we could go like 3 miles camp. No, I'm not doing like 40 miles one way.
So no, what you do is you go to this. I think is the perfect thing. Is you go up to Brunswick. So it's a long drive up to Brunswick. But when you start, you go up to...
Is that where we did last time?
I don't know if you did this with us. No, yeah, but you go up to... It's just south of Paw Paw. It's the...
Is it Paw Paw way up?
No, it's
I'm
about
thinking,
20 miles. It's about 20 miles. So you start, and you could actually ride the rail trail for a little bit of it. Western Maryland Rail Trail.
Mm.
Or is it Brunswick or Hanover? No, it's Hanover.
Yeah, Brunswick is. We started Brunswick multiple times last year.
No. I'm not. It's not Brunswick. It's Hanover. We're right in the middle of the rail trail, Western Maryland Rail Trail, and you ride that up to just short of Paw Paw, and you jump into one of those campsites, and you set up camp, right?
Hancock.
And then, Hancock, yes.
I've done Hancock before. I've stopped there.
I've had a hard time. I'm brain fart, I guess. So you start at Hancock. You go up to Devil's something, that hiker-biker site. Then it's about 3 or 4 miles up to Paw Paw after that. So you get to go. You set up camp, drop all your gear. Then you ride up and you go through the Paw Paw tunnel and you go over into Paw Paw, and they got like convenience stores and stuff over there. You grab something cold to drink.
How far is that?
Probably another 4 or 5 miles after that. So you're talking about a total day of like 25 or 30 miles.
Oh.
Maybe 30 by the time you go up to Paw Paw and then back down to camp. But that 10 miles of it is without gear. You're not loaded.
Okay.
So it's kind of just like a leisurely thing. You chill, you hang out, real good river access. You know, if you wanted to do something. We could take some fishing gear.
Well, see, I've done Little Orleans where I've fished out of there, too.
Yeah.
I'm saying that general area, there's a lot of... Oh, there's good smallmouth. There's a lot of good fishing.
Yeah, so why don't we do that? Let's plan it. When do you think we want to try to do that?
I want to go tomorrow.
You want this weekend? We can't do
No,
next
let me
weekend?
ride a couple
We need
times
a couple
on
of
my
weeks.
bicycle.
Couple
Give
of
me a week or two.
Okay.
When the weather's actually consistently nice, too.
Yeah.
So I'm not sweating my balls off.
Yeah. So let's do that. Let's do
Let's
something
do it.
we actually are talking about.
Damn,
instead of just talking about it and then not doing it. We're going to do this. Pinky swear.
Pinky swear.
Pinky swear. Gotcha.
COVID's
Okay,
pinky
there we go.
swear.
Okay. Right in front of the GTD logo, we did a little pinky wave,
we did
pinky
it.
swear. So it's locked in now. So what was the hot dog question we got?
Damn, that's 3 miles.
What was the hot dog question we got?
3 hours. Condiments on a hot dog.
Condiments on a hot dog. I am a Chicago dog fan, which involves a whole bunch of stuff. That involves probably my favorite, though, is the celery seed. The celery seed and the pickle and little hot peppers and tomatoes. That does it for me. The Chicago-style hot dog is hands down my favorite. What about you?
I don't think I have a particular style. I don't mind ketchup, relish, onions sometimes, celery salt, whatever that's called, a little cheese.
Yeah.
After that, I feel like...
it's too much. A lot of stuff.
Yeah, there's too much. Like, you need a bigger bun, but you don't want more bread.
Well, there's also the old chili, sauerkraut, coleslaw. I love coleslaw on a hot dog.
Oh, coleslaw's good on a hot
Yeah.
dog, yeah. Put the coleslaw down first. Have you had a Harbor Dog over here?
No.
We need to do that before they close.
They wrap it in bacon, don't they?
They like wrap. They have a big meaty sucker.
Yeah.
They like wrap it in bacon, deep fry it or something.
Yeah.
Then you get the onion straws and like a coleslaw. Oh yeah.
Oh,
We need to walk over there. They got the hipster cool twinkly lights like I got.
are
too
they
at night.
gonna? When do they close? Though they got to be.
They usually wrap up towards Halloween, but I don't know.
Oh, is it that late?
Yeah, they don't last too long. I do know.
would
Like
think they'd
we
already
went there
started.
last year. I don't know, into late September because we went the morning of Wes's wedding, which was like this time last year.
Yeah, I'm all for that. I'm all for that. So what I've been doing with hot dogs at home, and we've talked about this, is I put them on the smoker. A smoked hot dog is ridiculously good. Ted says no ketchup.
How do you not put ketchup on a hot dog?
I don't know.
You dip your French fries in mustard? That's gross.
Ketchup belongs on a hamburger. And
You don't put ketchup on a hot dog?
No.
I don't like ketchup on a hamburger.
No, ketchup on a hot dog. No, that's not a thing. That's not a real thing. That's a fake thing. So you want to look at some of the questions that we've gotten off of the live stream. So Philly Ted, tips on quieting disc brakes. He says he's tried WD-40, but that hasn't worked out too well for him. What's some good tips? Bedding them. Just make sure you bed them really good.
No, make sure they're clean before you bed them or you're going to make it worse.
Well, I guess,
Bedding just helps.
Okay,
Well,
I'm
helps
thinking
with
about
noise and brake pad.
But I'm
It
thinking
will
about
help with
new brake pads. Okay.
Oh, bedding them in. But bedding them in, if people don't know about bedding them in, what you do is you find a little hill or somewhere you can get some speed. Get up to speed. It's fat, doesn't get up to speed quickly or whatever, however you want to do it. and give the brakes a good pull, but don't lock them up. You lock them up, you're going to glaze them. So do everything short of locking them up. Do that maybe a dozen times, and you burn off a coating on them.
Okay.
But as far as noise, I don't.
So
know.
for existing pads,
I feel like I've talked about this, and I want to make sure I say it right. It's not just the rotors; it's the pads too. So what you need to do is take the pads out, and while you have the pads out, take a Q-tip and rubbing alcohol and clean the inside of the caliper out. So you have brake dust in there. Make sure it's not leaking oil, blah, blah, blah. But Q-tips help with that. Rubbing alcohol, let it dry out. And then what I do is I take 2 brake pads. Now I got YouTube to do this.
Nice.
You're going to use a lot of rubbing alcohol during this process. Find a sink, too, that you're not going to get yelled at for using. Spray them, and then put the pads together and rub them back and forth a lot. And then take some water, rinse them off, and you're going to see all that oil get pulled out of them, all the gunk. Do it like 3 times.
So, okay, let me make it right. You put the rubbing alcohol on them.
Spray them rubbing alcohol.
And you rub them.
Rub them together.
And then rinse them?
Rinse them.
Okay.
Fresh water.
Okay.
Rubbing alcohol again. And then do that like 3 cycles through.
Okay.
And take a before and after picture. You'd be surprised how much gunk gets built up in there.
Okay.
So you got the pad clean, but now you got the dirty rotor. Usually all I do is rubbing alcohol and a clean rag
On the
rotor and do that multiple times. If I'm really particular about it, I will professionally. I do this for a living, so I guess I can. Sometimes, if I need to, I will lightly take a torch or a heat gun and just burn the rest of the stuff out of it.
We've talked about this before.
Some people, they say no, and some places some say yes, but it's also the people that say no are probably the same people that probably use sandpaper on the rotors, which you can, like 1,000 grit sandpaper. I don't know. If it's that contaminated that what I just said wasn't going to do it,
you probably need to know
new rotors and new pads. They're not that well, if they're going to save your life, they're not that expensive.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Good point. So how long should you expect for pads to last? And wait, what's the life cycle of the number of pad changes before you need to replace a rotor?
I don't know. I think if you keep up with it like a chain, but I would probably say a couple of years. So they're on, I think SRAM and Shimano do it. They have a number in millimeters what your rotor size should be with micrometers.
A thickness.
Yeah.
A thickness. Okay.
Yeah. And there's people that get it super, just like they wear out cassettes till they're like this. There's people that do that with rotors.
Okay.
And they get brake pads that low. I replaced a pair of pads for a guy on like a Stumpy, like a big travel, like the old Stumpy. It was long travel. He never replaced his brake pads, and he's had it for like 3 years.
Okay.
And when I pulled them out, the corrosion and rust on the pads, on the back of the pad itself, and then how disgusting the pads were. Ooh.
Okay.
So we didn't have to burp. I was able to burp them without bleeding them because I just bled them. No, I didn't bleed those till I bled those the other day. That was the first bleed in a while.
Okay.
So
what you're saying is regular maintenance is a good idea.
Yeah.
How often should you eyeball and check your pads and your rotors? I mean, that's something you need to do.
When you clean it, it's not hard.
Okay, so just
it's not hard to see the rotor or the pads.
Every 2 or 3 weeks then, though, you put some eyeballs on them so you'll begin to notice the change. Okay.
Yeah.
That makes sense. That makes good sense. Hope that answered the question, Ted.
There's that yellow stuff called speed degreaser in a can from Finish Line. It's basically just alcohol. Does really well at cleaning, too.
Now, would you use something like that you would use it with everything off? You would take the pads off?
When I'm talking about doing all this stuff, everything is off.
Everything's
like the
off.
rotor is off and the pads are off.
So, because when I think about something in a can like that, I'm thinking about something that somebody just sprays onto the bike, and that would be
They've seen like brake cleaner in a can.
Okay.
Take all your crap off. You can also clean your hub when the rotor's off and all those little nooks and crannies.
Yeah, I take everything apart like that.
Yeah.
Once in a while. So I think that I hope that answered the question, Ted. Israel sent us a question. Says, what tires do you recommend for the quick and the dead gravel ride? And he gave us some further clarification. His current setup is a 4832 3611 Pathfinder Pro 38 tires.
Well, there you go. Brian's going to say keep those on.
Absolutely. That's my tire. That's my tire of choice. Now, Israel, are you running tubeless? That's one question, because that has been my big thing is tubeless. I think has been a godsend for me. I I would say definitely that's a tire to go with. Now a ride like that though, I don't know much about Quick and the Dead, so maybe we ought to look that up, some specifics on that before we actually
need
comment
that gravel
too
rating
much.
chart.
But if you can fit a larger tire, and the conditions of that are particularly chunky, you maybe want to step up to the 42.
Yeah, I have yet to pull them out, but I've heard good things, and I really like them. Specialized has that rhombus tire. It looks like it. The tread pattern looks awesome on it. I don't know how it rides. Or like the WTB Nanos, and
Everybody talks about the Nanos.
Everyone loves the Nanos. I rode the last time I actually rode gravel. I rode the Nanos, and I was very pleased with them. And I think I had Jess on Pathfinder. No, she was on tires that came with her Salsa. When I think comes down to a lot of these events, though, if you have it set up tubeless and you're at the right PSI and you're a good bike handler, most tires are going to be good.
And Israel did just clarify he's tubeless.
So I would keep Pathfinders on.
But I will say this too. One of the reasons that I particularly like the Pathfinders is because of that smooth center file, and it rolls really fast on hardtop. So if it's a truly dedicated gravel,
that's the new Specialized gravel tire.
Why does that not look like it appeals to me? I don't know. Have you ridden it? Obviously,
no. I have a pair for them that just like my first thing, a swag to try out for Specialized.
Okay. Yeah. Did you get two? One for me to try and one for you to try?
Yeah. Well, you try the front, and I'll try the rear. I might throw those on. I do love Pathfinders as much as Brian. I think maybe not as much as Brian.
So Israel clarified on Quick and the Dead, 53 miles, 7,500 feet of gain, and 90% gravel. I think the real question though is what's the gravel like? That's the real question. I mean, if it's chunky, if it's smooth forest road, then that's going to be a different tire selection and size than something that is borderline Jeep road, like the difference on unpaved. If it's something like that, then maybe a different tire choice is in order. But if it's smooth fire road, man, those Pathfinders, you can't go wrong in my opinion. I mean, they're grippy when I need them to be grippy, and they're fast when I need them to be fast. So that's kind of my choice. Ted sent us a reminder as well that Sunday, October 25th is the Brandywine Valley Roubaix Fall Foliage Ride. Ted also sent me a route that I need to add to the database that does that whole Brandywine Valley Roubaix area, which is absolutely gorgeous. So I've done the Brandywine Valley Roubaix ride.
Is that Pennsylvania?
It's out of Westchester. I've done that, I think a couple of times we've gone up and done that ride. It's beautiful. There's a lot of like hardtop country road built in, but it's got like, even though it's hardtop, it's got that kind of rustic kind of feel to it. The road, kind of road I'm talking about. It's not chip seal, but at the same time, it's you can tell it's been put through the ringer.
Plains.
Yeah. It's like it's been put through the ringer. So that is a beautiful area to ride. So maybe we need to look up some more information. Thank you, Ted, for that. The Brandywine Valley Roubaix is having a fall foliage ride, and Israel and Ted are having like a little sidebar conversation, and Israel's telling Ted that he's already signed up. So we're bringing people together, Joey, and answering questions over here. I like it. I like it a lot. I like this live stream thing we got going on.
Our boy Justin is Zwifting right now. He texted us.
Yeah.
Got a surgery.
Yeah, and he said that went well. So
he just sent us a text. He said baby steps.
Oh.
It's on the Swift machine. I'm going to start the Zwift machine soon.
You need to. I was talking to Jerry about that the other day.
Kind of chunky.
I'm kind of looking forward to indoor trainer season again.
Like, I say it every year. I'm going to say like maybe 5 or 6, 7 last years. But I really want to get hardcore into trainer season this year.
Join me.
Yeah. I'm going to be like that. Oh man, is he never not on Zwift guy?
Yeah. You don't want to do that.
No, but then I'll be you.
And you do not want to be me.
I don't have a Zwift bike.
Guarantee. You don't have a dedicated Zwift bike? Oh, cramp. Ow.
No. Oh, actually, I got a warranty crash replacement. It's not even a crash. I got a warranty of field destroy bike that I got permission to not fully field destroy. It's a Specialized Cirrus X 4.0.
Okay.
Basically, the crank kept falling out, the bottom bracket's creaking, and it kept breaking spokes. But I kept the frame.
Sounds like something's wrong.
I'm going to try to. warranted the guy. He got a whole new bike.
Yeah.
And I was going to cut the frame in half, and I was like, hey, can I keep this? I'm going to rebuild it back up as like actually, it would be a good Zwift bike.
Yeah.
It's flat bar. It actually is like full through axle with like a future shock on it. Like it's a it's a nice bike. I was just going to put flat bars on it, pizza rack, rear rack with rod holders, right down the end of the road, ride to work, throw my Pathfinders on it.
Nice.
So it would be a cool Zwift bike because it's basically all you need.
I'm
The
telling
crank
you-
falls out and there's an issue with the bottom bracket up here. I just put headphones in. That's my cure. If someone wants a tech tip and your bike's making a noise, just put in some headphones.
Said I used to, remember Glenn was hard of hearing.
Yeah.
And I remember talking to Casey one time, like, he was working on a bike and she was in the shop and the guy kept bringing the bike back. He's like, it's still making the noise. And Casey was like, he can't hear it. He can't hear the noise. I miss them. I wish they would come back. Glenn, Casey, I don't think you probably listen, but God, I miss all the OG. I miss like Glenn and Casey and Wes and what's going on, Joey?
I missed them all too.
We're just left
I
behind.
need employees.
We're just
Yeah,
left
they
behind.
left us all.
I
We're in
know.
it.
I don't know.
I don't have any
what
other
to do.
friends. Jerry's out playing on the water.
Yeah, Jerry's always doing something.
Jerry's
else.
just fine line of whether I'm going to piss him off or make him laugh.
I don't have a tech tip this week. Do you have a tech tip?
I just gave one. Brake pad.
Just brake pads. That's a good tech tip.
You know something cool? If you're going to wash socks, get a big old paperclip thing.
Mm-hmm.
Tech tip.
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding. That's what you told me.
Wa-
I've yet to
wash
Amazon
your socks
this.
and get your not paper clips. If
Yeah,
you
but-
order paper clips and try to paper clip your socks together, you're going to be disappointed. I don't know, Brian. Your tech tip didn't work. My paper clips keep coming off my socks. It's clothespins, like big quilting pins, like not safety pins. Like
Yes.
and they're quilting pins is particularly because they're really big. They're ginormous, so you can get them into your socks really quick and easy. So, okay. No, but you gave a tech tip. I don't have a tech tip. It's all big white blank space where my entry for my tech tip was supposed to be. I don't really have anything. I was trying to think if there's something because I just reset up my 5000s tubeless. I was trying to think if there was because I got the process on that down pretty well now.
Can you give me some tips?
The biggest tip is to get one of the things that blows the air. Like, what are they called? The big canisters. Did I ever tell you about I tried to make one of those out of a 2-liter plastic bottle?
It was like a bomb.
The bomb went off and it actually lifted the Tupperware thing up off the ground. I actually was smart enough when I covered it. I couldn't come up with anything. So maybe I need to focus a little harder for next week. What's going on in the world of Strava, Joey?
Ted told me I was not a bike mechanic. He wants to. So Ted is getting a flammable. Well, I don't know if I should have said that.
You can say
Ted's
that.
getting the new bike, and asked me about running an XDR or an XD driver with GRX. So you can run a 10-tooth, but I've never had anyone. That's what he joked. He said, even call me. I was like, I've never had anyone want to run that.
Huh.
Keep slamming because he wants to run GRX with the XD, probably a 10, like 42 or whatever cassette. And then the people over at Rodeo Labs told him it gets really noisy down a 10-tooth, which does drop the chain really low for a chain stay. I don't know.
What's one tooth different going to make?
Well, with Ted, Ted with his numbers and stuff.
That's true. He's
Yeah.
got a spreadsheet.
Well, that's Chris.
Well, but I'm sure Ted has
Yeah, they
spreadsheets.
probably talk a lot about
No.
that weird stuff.
I think Ted sent me the whole spreadsheet on his riding a lawnmower decision tree that he made.
Are
on
you
that.
serious?
Yes.
Oh my! I pay people to cut my lawn now. It's glorious.
He messaged me. Ted messaged me today too. He was asking me about my long-term review of the Redshift, and you know what? I don't even think about it anymore. The thing just works.
It works. You just can't get one.
Yeah. You can't.
Nope.
Oh, what
Yeah,
is
but-
that COVID thing or is it just?
Yeah, dang COVID. You can't get anything anymore.
Man, that kind of stinks. Sorry about that, Ted.
I sell mine for
Airshot. That's what I have. Israel to the rescue here on the live stream. The
What?
Airshot for the setting up the tubeless.
I got a Craftsman air compressor.
You know what? I like the Airshot. It works really well. It's one shot, pow, and it just seats the tire.
Is it a
and-
pump?
No, it's like a
Like a canister you pump it? Yeah.
It's a canister and it's got a Presto
From
valve on the
Specialized?
top. And no, it's I can't even remember who
Topek?
makes it.
Bontrager? Just gonna keep.
I don't know.
I know Specialized has the air can or something. You
Yeah,
put
it's
like
the same basic
200
concept.
psi in it. Psh.
Same basic concept. So I pump it up to about 120 psi. It's got the little valve, and then I'll pull the valve out of the stem on the wheel, and thread the Airshot in, and just hit it, seat the tire, and then I don't unseat the tire or crack the tire to put the sealant in. I actually use a turkey injector, like a Stan's turkey injector thing, kind of thing. And
You don't just use the bottle.
no, because
With a hose?
I'm putting it through the valve.
Oh, the orange seal has the
But I put it into because I've got it's a thing you can actually hold exactly 2 ounces and pump it in. So that I think has probably been the different thing. I don't lose any sealant when I'm setting up my. I've seen you guys in the shop make a friggin' mess.
That
There's
is
sealant everywhere.
Well, that was that's the. Let's see. I do a lot of tubeless.
Seal.
No, that's Wes. So, like, maybe 9 times out of 10, it goes your way. I never set up a new tire without pumping it up first with the air compressor to make sure it seals. Mm-hmm. Occasionally, I had one today, held air fine. Take all the air out, take the valve core out, put it through. Sometimes I either do the valve core or whatever. And I'm like, cool, this is going to be easy. Put the valve core back in, blast it with air, does not take a seat, and just starts leaking sealant.
Well, you never unseat it.
Well, some of them don't hold the seat. Like, you let the air out and they...
I see what you're saying.
But you feel like, oh, it aired up so easy.
I've never had... Well, you got to listen. You got to make sure it seats. I've never had one actually lose the seat after it's grabbed.
Well, I'm doing like 5 or 6 sets a day sometimes.
Yeah.
So I'm going to have something to do that.
I do one
I said 9 out of 10.
every 2 months. I do.
Like,
So,
I did like 4 today. I think last Tuesday during the podcast, I think I did 5 or 6 sets.
Hey, how popular is tubeless now compared to?
Oh, it's very popular.
3 years.
I mean,
ago?
I feel like I'm doing a lot of it.
Yeah.
And GP 5000s
Yeah.
for road stuff, and then Pathfinders. Right now, we're not doing a huge amount of gravel ones, but the road tubeless scene has been high. Mm-hmm. Either recharging. I did a set today where it was it was like a Novatech. I don't know. It was I wasn't confident in the rim at topping it off in the PSI. It was like a Alibaba set.
Oh no.
So I was a little scared of going all the way up, waiting for something to explode. And well, don't know if I should be saying this because I don't know if this. You gotta be careful sometimes. Customer's one wheel set up fine. Customer's next wheel tolerances were different and would not hold air. I had to put more layers of tape. It's supposed to be like fully sealed, tubeless ready without without tape. One didn't require tape instantly. The other one, 2 layers of tape, lots of work. That's the one that was just like giving me crap.
Yeah.
But that's when you get like a knockoff. Tolerances are different. That's what you don't get with. That's what you get when you buy I'm not saying everyone's buy Envy and that stuff, but when you buy brand name, I think you get.
Max just did something under the table.
Oh, sorry.
Good boy, Max. Oh, wow.
Also, well, Israel said in Bedminster, New Jersey, New Jersey gravel trails. Isn't that up where that? Remember our first gravel ride we covered 2 years ago? That we were going to do right after
Marty's Spring Classic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm down usually when I go to Jersey up by 195 towards Allentown, Upper Freehold.
Ted sent another question. What's the most impractical aid station food? Like chili dogs, parfait. What the hell's parfait? Or cheese fries?
That's a McDonald's treat. That's the only way I've heard of parfait.
I think that's what Max just did under the table, dropped a McDonald's treat.
No, he dropped a parfait.
Cheese fries?
No, cheese fries sounds so good at an aid station.
No.
Dude, I am lactose intolerant.
I don't.
And I'll eat cheese fries.
I don't know what the most impractical one was. I know the ones that I can't miss is a Coke at mile 80.
Pickles.
Pickles
at mile 80.
Coke at mile 80, just getting the caffeine and the sugar. And the last time I did Blood, Sweat, and Gears, got to the top of Snake Mountain, they were like, "Oh, we're out of Cokes." And I'm like, "You gotta be kidding me!" I was literally like, I think Pete may have teared up a little bit when he found out there were no Cokes.
You ever put Coke in your bottle from an aid station?
No,
I have.
Well, you do a lot of things wrong.
Yeah. Oh, I don't want to say wrong. I would say right.
And the live stream feed has gone off the rails with Ted and Israel talking to each other about their stem shift, the Redshift stems that they got.
We're all Redshift brothers.
Yeah, Redshift
and
brothers.
sisters.
Yep. I like it. I love my Redshift. Can't go wrong with the Redshift.
I'll sell mine for double the price.
Because you can't get them. I wouldn't know where all the little polymers are for mine. I lose all that kind of stuff.
Oh, I saved mine. I actually saved them.
Did
I
you?
never do that.
Yeah.
I threw yours out.
Oh, thanks.
You're welcome.
No, you probably gave them to me back. They're probably in my bike bag somewhere. All right, let's get to it. What's going on in Strava Club? Joey, can you run us down?
No, I haven't logged on to Strava.
No, I've already done it. It's
I'm
in the
saying
show
in
notes.
general, I haven't.
Okay. You know what I realized the other day? I don't follow you on Strava. I was going through my
You
Strava.
don't follow me on Strava?
Well, I do now.
Are you serious?
It said I didn't.
Which Joey? There's two Joey Skorskis on there.
Oh, well, then maybe I got
One's
the
my
fake
old.
because it just told me, because it connected my Facebook, and then it said, oh, because I got the new phone, and it was like going through, and it's like, connect to
that's
Facebook.
just the government hacking into all your stuff.
That's TikTok.
You got TikTok?
We're getting Gravel Travel and Dirt. We're going to
TikTok.
delete the TikTok.
Oh,
Our Gravel Travel and Dirt TikTok.
From Chester, not Wesley, Chester, West Virginia, Pete.
Arner.
Man, now I just can't see. Is that an M or
Arner?
Arner.
You need
I did flip my microphone, but I did cancel my eye appointment the other day. I had physical therapy. That was more important.
Yeah.
Pete Arner. I couldn't tell if it was Emer.
I can see
A-M-E-R?
that. It's an R and an N next to each other. I
yeah.
can see that. It looks
From
like Amer or Arner. Yeah.
Pete did 149.4. Way to do the last 0.6, Pete. Go for the 150. Mike Smolko from Wilmington, Delaware, did 187.1.
Good job, Mark.
And Dave Easley from Oklahoma City, Oklahoma, so he's an Oklahomie, had 171.7.
Good job, Dave.
Did we go up to 134 for the top 100 from like 131 or something?
Yeah, 131.
Yep.
So stop a couple miles.
We went up in our members to 627 from 618.
Nice. Nine. We haven't had a jump like that in quite a few weeks.
Yeah,
I
maybe
don't
we'll
think.
hit 700 soon.
And then what happens with Wes then? Wes moves to California or something? Send Wes to Canada.
Well, I was going to say, for us was Ranger Rick out there, people wouldn't be having like their ginger reveal parties and burning down half the state.
What a bunch of dum-dums. We've devolved into such a weird...
I didn't want that to come out the way it came out. I was referring to Wes just being like, Mr. Park Ranger. But I do like all the gender reveal jokes.
I like all the memes that have been going around.
Yeah. It's sad. Yeah. Really.
All those folks out on the West Coast, man, I tell you, that's got to be brutal.
I don't know why. 2 years in a row, I don't know why you're still living there.
Well, I'm thinking
like
about
Glenn.
this, though. With the fires and all the stuff that got going on, and from both of the worlds that we both move in, I mean, you can't get outside and ride a bike in that. You can't get outside and fish in that. You just basically you can't get outside.
Just go out and put it out. You got to volunteer to
Just be a
clean.
firefighter. I don't know. I feel my heart goes out to those folks.
So
So
we might get hit from the NSA if I say this. Maybe I should say.
then say it.
Well, Dave was telling me, he was like, this would be one, like a forest fire like that would be one heck of a terrorist attack.
Oh,
I was like, I never even thought about that.
I mean, I've
like
heard-
how much? Because we only talked about it because I learned like so on top of already production stuff, but like FedEx was telling me today, anything coming west of Mississippi, mostly California stuff, obviously is like 2 weeks behind. Their trucks are back; they're not filling up. It's throwing this huge loophole. And Dave was like, "Hey man, you know what that'd be like if someone did this on purpose?" I'm like, there we go. That
I had somebody say something to me the other day, too, along the same vein. What if this was just our practice pandemic? What if there's like a really bad one coming? This one was just like it makes a lot of people kind of really sick and it kills some people. What if there's like a really bad one that's coming and this has just been our practice? How well did we do? I won't wear a mask because you won't be able to. My Face ID on my phone doesn't work if I have a mask on. That's,
I'm going to stock up on Legos so I can quarantine for a month. Anyway, Strava.com /clubs/gravel travel dirt.
Hey, let's do this or that.
I don't have a fourth one.
There's only 3 on here.
I forgot.
Okay,
I was cooking and I was eating.
Maybe somebody in the live stream by the time we get to number 4 could
give
actually
us
give
a
us
this or
this or that. The first item up this week on This or That. Hey, and if you're watching on the live stream and you want to chime in and answer, I'll come to you in just a little bit. How's that? We're just going to make the podcast people go, they're going to pull their hair out. They're listening to this going, this is driving me crazy.
Now we'll get more watchers.
Yeah, so peanut butter and jelly. Do you put peanut butter on each piece of bread or just one? You wrote that. Explain it. So when you're making a peanut butter and jelly, you put the peanut butter on both pieces of bread.
You go peanut butter, jelly together.
Okay.
You know there's people in this world that exist that do peanut butter and then jelly? God, how do you...
That's too much peanut butter.
What do you do? It's soggy bread.
No, that's too much peanut butter in your mouth. You won't be able to open your mouth.
Maybe if you eat it right off the bat, you don't have to load the peanut butter on. So I pack my lunch every day, and I pack a PB&J because I'm an old man and the kids at work say, and I pack the same stuff.
No, that's a great lunch. What are you talking about?
I love peanut butter jelly. I take the same chips. I put them in Tupperware. Don't crush my chips. Also, there's a tech tip for you. If you're taking chips or something with you, put them in a container, not a bag. They won't crush.
There you go.
I put a little... Oh, I love peanut butter. I put a lot of peanut butter. But how do you put jelly? What if you're taking it with you somewhere?
Then it's fine. It's just all
It's
smushed
soggy.
up anyway.
It's soggy.
Oh, I see what you're saying. The jelly makes the bread soggy on the bread side, on the jelly side. I see what you're saying. Okay.
The jelly sits between the nice...
So you're saying that if you
nice little
peanut
hammock?
butter both sides, the jelly in the middle doesn't make the bread soggy because the peanut butter protects it. It's like a prophylactic.
Yeah.
It protects the bread. Max! Oh, my God.
Put a mask on. You can't smell it.
Wow. What did you have for dinner, Max?
You got the toots.
I get it. I get it now. Okay.
Yeah.
I may have to try that. But typically when I eat a peanut butter and jelly, it's like right away. I don't pack a peanut butter.
Oh, mine's like hours later.
But, it is a good bike food. So that actually is a really good bike tech tip as well, that if you put the peanut butter on, it protects the bread from the jelly, and then it goes in the plastic bag, and then it goes in your jersey pocket, and then you don't have mush.
Mm-hmm.
Very good.
Oh, you got mush. It's just... mush.
We do a lot of peanut butter and jelly on tour. That's sort of
We
like the
did.
saying.
Tours are dead.
Yeah, tours are dead. I don't know if they're ever going to come back. So,
people are just going to tour on Zwift now.
I don't think... Could you imagine?
Remember that guy that did the bike packing with Zwift?
Charge people for a virtual bike tour. Come along with me.
If you do that, I'm going to start selling Flatlanders maps of the world. Like, here, I got a map of the world.
Set your tent up in your backyard.
Yeah.
Virtual bike tour.
Oh,
I could get on Zoom and just like show pictures of like cool places.
If you could sell a ticket of that, somehow you've made it in life. Like, you're going to Bike Hall of Fame.
That'll work. Okay, so now I readily admit, I was a jelly on one side, peanut butter on the other, but the next time I make a peanut butter and jelly, I'm going to try your method. And I'm going to see.
Want me to make you one now? Take it home?
No. I'm fearful, though,
I use
that there
honey
would
bread,
be
too.
too much peanut butter.
Well, you don't have to, lather it on. You can just put a little on each side.
Ted left a comment. Said,
I saw
Joey
that.
does put ketchup on a hot dog. No, but I'm with you on this one, Joey. I'm going to try it.
Do you put ketchup on a hot dog, too?
No. I'm going to try the peanut butter and jelly tech with the, using it as a dental dam across the.
I don't know if you're allowed to
bread.
say that.
Next item up on This or That: seltzer water, grapefruit or cherry. Thank you, Joey. Thank you.
I don't know. I didn't have.
My This or That: I only get grapefruit when I'm here at the Sikorsky household.
Oh, I love cherry. I love cranberry lime. I love lime. I got orange.
I love all the flavors. Except for grapefruit, the one that Jericho is giving me.
You want another one?
No, I'll have one for the next podcast, though, and you can give me a real flavor.
Yeah.
That'll be appreciated. Thank you very much. Not ride your bike at all or become a number-crazed roadie. Oh, dude.
I hit you twice.
Dude, that's hard. What's your answer? Go ahead. I want to hear your answer first.
Well, I haven't been riding my bike.
So
I haven't been...
But no, this is that would mean that you would never be able to ride your bike again, or you would become a number-crazed roadie. Data. I need more data. I need more data. Data. Give me data. I don't know. I look back to the days when I first started out on a bike, like many moons ago.
Yeah.
Back when we had wooden tires, and there was none of it. It was like a lot of people didn't even have computers. So we didn't record all this stuff. There was no, I don't know. It just seems like we have gotten a little nuts with that stuff.
Oh yeah, there's
but
too much crap out.
I'm gonna say this though.
Does
53.
it make anyone a better rider though?
Well, I think it does.
Does it though? Or is it
53-year-old me would kick 24-year-old me's butt on a bike, and I think it's because you watch your progress, you see what things make a difference. I think it's easier to fine tune your cycling.
True.
And determine what really makes a difference when you have the data to be able to look at. So, I don't know. I think that would probably be.
So I do remember when I first started road riding, I got my first bike and did buy I was super excited about. We all got Garmin with the 500s or whatever when they came out, and that was a cool we didn't use them forever mountain biking, but then that came out, we got road bikes. And it was cool, but then, I went a while without riding. I feel like sometimes people stare too much at the numbers.
I remember the little cat eyes you had to wrap the wire down.
I don't.
Yeah.
They still make them, and I do not stock them.
Do they really? Wired bike computers?
Yeah, the amount of people that come in want and buy wired computers.
Why?
I don't know.
Do you ask them?
I just don't respond to them.
You just stare
So
at them.
I can't hear. I'm Glenn. I can't.
I didn't hear your question.
Yeah, they still sell them. They're like $20-$30. They're horrible.
Well, that's what it is. They're cheap.
Yeah, but then the wire rips and you don't have that long.
Yeah.
Now they make wireless, and the wireless are horrible to set up. I'd rather sell someone a nice phone quad lock case than a cycling computer that is not GPS oriented.
So I just had to get a new phone. And I bought the cheapest case. No, I bought the cheapest case that I could because I had to order my quad lock. I'm a quad lock. I like quad lock. And I've talked about it before.
You are a quad lock.
I use it on tour.
Oh, yeah, I know.
Because, you can click it in, and then with the aftershocks with the headphones, I don't have to worry about being able to hear the cues, and I can see the cues because you're riding in places that you've never ridden before. So, or many times haven't ridden before. Maybe you have.
I finally found my Wahoo. It's been in my drawer forever over here.
Yeah.
My Bolt.
All right, we're gonna get you back on the bike here, Joey.
Yeah.
No excuses. You've been cleared to ride. Back in it. I don't think we have a fourth. Ted did answer. He said he would ride but never use GPS and Strava again. So
I did that for a while.
I think that goes against becoming a number crazed roadie. But I don't think I'm a. Did you put this on here because you think I'm a number crazed roadie?
This week you have been.
Well, no.
I don't blame you. You're riding your bike.
I've been doing something a little different. I've been pushing harder.
Yeah.
And I've been purposefully.
Oh, you're riding your bike though.
Yeah, and I don't think I'm a number crazed roadie.
No, I don't. I just like to.
We were talking about it at dinner. Yeah. That's why you put that on there.
Yeah.
So.
Well, it popped in my head. I was like, that's a good this or that.
Yeah.
Seltzer or beer? Tonight was a seltzer night.
I would go with seltzer. I think it's just a little more. No, beer. No, seltzer. No, beer. Both.
Actually,
like
you know what? Yeah, I got both. What beer would have tasted good was like that Dogfish Head sour, the lime sea salt.
So
man, I gotta buy some of that before it goes out.
I've been on a
You've been on that
mission.
weird.
No. So my daughter, she was at the house when we were away and left one of the Troubles Melt Like Lemon Drops from Duclaw. It's a tart sour lemon, and it is ridiculously
Which
good.
one was it?
The name of it is Troubles Melt Like Lemon Drops, and it's a tart sour IPA, I think. And it was so good. I went to the liquor store the other day.
Send me a picture of this.
And I was looking for it, and the guy was like, nope, that's summery, so we don't have it. But they did have the strawberry tart IPA, and they had a key lime, both from Duclaw, a key lime pie, which didn't particularly care for either one. Between the two of them, the strawberry was much better because, I do like a sour. And so the strawberry letter was better.
I forgot they're going to stop. Yeah, I need to get some of those Dogfish Head sea salt lime.
You need to get on them before they go away. They'll stop selling.
What I'll probably do, so it's like the peanut butter stout. I still have 2 6-packs of that.
I don't think the tart would last as long as a stout, though.
Well, the beer will last for a while if you... they're in the closet. Skunk. I got some in the fridge.
Your stouts and your porters, that stuff will stick around for a long time.
Well,
in fact, sometimes it gets better.
And I know it'll...
canned beer that can go stale, skunk.
Well, I know when it gets into like December, I'm not going to drink the sea salt. But man, that's what would sound delicious right now.
Remember, I got made fun of for drinking one of those at one time. It's probably Wes.
What?
Wes, I made fun of me drinking beers like that. Wes was an IPA guy. Now he's a wine guy. I think he goes to the Costco and buys his Michigan wine.
Excuse me.
Anything else, Joey? Before we shut this thing down?
No, I don't.
Not nothing.
No, there's some. We are still shutting down the month of October in the bike industry. So, just want to give everyone a heads up on that one. Get all your stuff you need now.
Hey, Ted has joined. Not Philly Ted, but Ted. Theodore has joined. He said this is a Ted heavy chat. He digs it because there's a lot of Ted going on in this chat.
It is that.
And Philly Ted said beer is seltzer made complete. I like that. Okay, folks, we are going to shut this down. I wanted to go over here and thank everybody that participated in the live. Excuse me. The live stream tonight made it a lot of fun. Very engaging. I thoroughly enjoyed that.
Nope.
Joey's got nothing else before we shut it down. Thanks, everybody, for listening to this episode of Mid-Atlantic Gravel, Travel, and Dirt. This is a listener-supported podcast by some amazing, incredible people on Patreon and or PayPal. And our show can be found wherever you find your favorite podcast. Hey, Joey, how can folks get in touch with us?
Our live feed. Actually, that's like the new hot way right now. If you must, and I was just checking our Insta at Mid-Atlantic GTD, I did ask if anyone wanted to hear about stuff. Someone commented something that had zero body to it. Like, they commented, but I couldn't see anything. And then Pete asked about the hot dogs. But that's at Mid-Atlantic GTD. If you want to check out our website and gravel database at graveltraveldirt.com.
I need to get on that. I need to add some new routes.
I got to add other Ted's. You've been busy.
It's on me.
I don't know how to use a computer. Actually, if I had Squarespace, I could figure it out.
Stop.
Yes, our gravel database, and I have Ted's email, Philly Ted's. He has another ride. Give us a call at 410-231-3850 and forget the hashtag. But also, we are live every week now, and you can chat with us during our live feed.
I like that. I like that this week. I like throwing out the questions and getting some.
Yeah, it means we
feedback.
at least have like 3 or 4 people listen to our episode now.
That's really awesome.
Our numbers are going up.
I appreciate
4
that.
people.
Appreciate people. They obviously stuck around for the whole time with us, which is
I know.
That's super cool.
That's
man.
unfortunate for them.
Mid-Atlantic Gravel, Travel, and Dirt is recorded this week from right here in Joey's kitchen and on YouTube. And Max just did that again. Dude, what are you doing down there? Between podcasts, you need to take him out. Thanks for riding along, everybody. Until next time, do good, be nice, go slow, respect others, and stay healthy.
Love you, bye.
You were going to come back. Love you, bye, everybody. Shut that down. Hey, live stream folks, thank you so very much. We're going to shut this thing down. Glad you guys enjoyed it, and we'll talk to you again next week.
A little belly flash again?
Yeah, give it to him. Yeah. Oh, okay.
You got to go to PT for that.